Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to Girl Talk. I've got a little bit of mess and a little bit of drama today for you guys. For today's video, we're going to go ahead and do a Shantopoulos world update. Things are heating up in Thailand, causing Foodie Beauty to have a meltdown. There are many different factors at play here, but it's safe to say that this Thailand trip is already a complete disaster. See, it's already so much better without Salah. Woof woof. But speaking of Salah, will he ever show up? Well, something certainly set her off because she's on live raging right now. All that and more coming up on today's edition of Girl Talk. Let's just get right into it. Shall we? All right, you guys, welcome back to our Shantopoulos world update. For the first part of the video, we're going to go ahead and briefly discuss this first initial live from yesterday. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, the breakdown situation type deal, I want to go home. Say it isn't so. Already? Rewind about 12 hours before that, and she did a live stream called Live in Bangkok. Emphasis on, there is quite a time difference. If you live on the East Coast like I do, Thailand is 11 hours ahead, so it's going to be hard for her to live stream during a time when people are awake. But she had to get up early to get out of there before housekeeping comes. She goes to a cafe, and it is so cringy watching her interact with people in the outside world, especially when there is a little bit of a language barrier. You can tell that she is really nervous being out on her own in a different country. I don't know why she thought this was a good idea. She already barely wants to leave the hotel. That is evident by the end of these two streams. On top of just being socially awkward, she is having a lot of issues. She spends a lot of time on the live stream talking about how unwell she really is. Not just her physical health, but also her mental health. She's very stressed being in this country without Salah, all on her own. You know, this takes me back to her kind of flexing on the haters, talking about how she is such a traveled woman while the reaction channels just stay in their basements. She's all over the world. I thought you were this big, bad travel girl boss, but you can't even hang on your own for 2 days. Well, you better toughen up, girl, because she can't go anywhere. There's nowhere that she can go right now except for Canada. She can't go back to Kuwait yet. In regards to her physical health, we already know that she has a lot of issues. Right now, she is also having a situation with her tonsils. She says her immune system is attacking her tonsils. It's hard for her to swallow. There's a whole situation type deal with her tonsils. She doesn't want to take antibiotics because it might give her a yeast infection. And I feel like that might even be worse than the situation with the tonsils. I guess depending on how bad it is. She's going to be in this hot and humid climate dealing with a yeast infection on top of whatever kind of rash develops, because you know it's coming. If she goes home without some sort of rash, I would be shocked. Absolutely shocked. She really is a whole mess, but we knew this. We knew this was coming. Trust and believe, because she did absolutely nothing to prepare for this. We talked about how she did nothing but sabotage this trip. She keeps saying, something is wrong with my body. Something is wrong with my body. Well, girl, maybe you should go see a doctor or something and stop complaining about it on a live stream. There's nothing that your viewers can do right now, especially being in Thailand. Aside from her issues with her physical and mental health, the only other thing that she really wants to talk about in this live stream is food. The only plans that she seems to have when it comes to Thailand is food. I'm not kidding. That's what she's been doing, walking down to the 7-Eleven, checking out the local food markets. She's already tired. She's already worn down. She even says she can't go shopping for clothes or anything because it's not like they're going to fit. So she goes back to her $25 a night hotel. And when she comes back, that's when things get interesting. She returns the next morning in a stream entitled Live and Not Okay. Something is wrong with Foodie Beauty, and she looks like she has been crying. The first comment when she gets on is hospital bees, ? Not a very good outlook, but she does say no hospital bees today. Is she really sick, or is this just her body revolting? She is so used to just laying around doing nothing. It wouldn't surprise me if the travel day and jet lag was just too much for her body to handle. It's not germs or a virus or anything like that. Now, I don't usually share Beezer comments, but someone asked her, can we see your toilet? For some reason, I just felt compelled to share that one with you guys. Can it get any more deranged? Yes, it can, because she shares a picture of her tonsils, and I'm going to spare you guys the visual. You really don't need to see this. They're enlarged, swollen, but there are no white spots, so she takes that as a good sign. Right there in the first minute of the video, she starts breaking down. She wants to go home. She hates being away from her husband and pets, but she also admits that she doesn't feel completely at home in Kuwait for obvious reasons. Wait, is this more of a Thailand tantrum, or is girl in crisis mode? Getting to Thailand made her feel like, I want to go back home to Canada, but she shuts that down. No Canada. Why does she have to stomp on our hopes and dreams? She has to stay in Thailand because she already has her return ticket, and we know she's waiting for those papers. In addition to the tonsils, the heat, which, mind you, isn't much hotter than Kuwait, her sciatica is flaring back up. She's got it bad, folks. I think she is freaking out because she has to do everything herself. She doesn't have Salah to get her food or a stocked fridge. She is scared to go out, dealing with the strangers gawking at her. But not only that, the motorists don't mess around. A lady already yelled at her from a motorcycle. It looked like she was playing Frogger in the last stream. I was kind of scared for her. She has to use her legs, walk, if she wants to get any food. When has she been alone? She had Pete's before Salah, BB before Pete's. She hasn't been truly on her own in a long time, even for 2 days. It's too much for her. She even at one point calls Salah her gopher. He insists, yes, Foodie. She says it's for her safety, but really he is enabling her. It's giving 600-pound life and the people in their story. The other people in the episode that are keeping the person that size. Might I remind you guys that she did this exact same thing in Cuba? She missed her pets, the same ones that she abandoned. I just can't do this. It was like the second day in Cuba, maybe even the first day. She was breaking down because she didn't have the right cell phone charger. She already wants to go back home and she hasn't done anything yet. She was going to go on an adventure live stream the night before, but just couldn't do it. Really, she was just going to a mall, so I don't know how much different that was going to be, but she couldn't even really get there. That was the issue. Although she, Selfless Beauty, said that she just didn't want to spread whatever she has. Like, you give a crap about that. It's not about spreading whatever she has, because I don't think she has anything. I think it's just her body. She does say that she already had a schmedible over there, that a girl, but she doesn't like how it makes her feel anymore. She can't swallow because of her tonsils, meaning she isn't taking her metformin, but she's still eating as usual because of course she is. She could end up having an emergency in Thailand and Salah won't be there to help. Nobody will be there to help. She won't address Salah not being there. She won't address why they are there for over a month. None of it really makes sense at this point. The live was over 4 hours long. I'm wondering if that was the only 4 hours of the day that she was awake, because she isn't leaving the hotel, apparently. She does let it slip what many of us thought, that she is monitoring Salah's location 24/7, 365. She does have an app on her phone where she can see where he is. It doesn't surprise me, but now it's giving Amber Lynn vibes, girl. Are you going to set a timer for him to get there by? I wonder if she started monitoring him after the scandal or before the scandal. Just like the day before, it's all about food. Right after breakfast, she wonders what she's getting for lunch. It's funny, after all of the crap that she talked about being so well traveled, now all she does is go from the 7-Eleven to the hotel and back. In lieu of a shower, she washes her face and puts on some lipstick. Girl, get in the shower. Like, I remember back in the day, she used to keep the live stream on while she was in the shower, because she would literally live stream every single second of her waking life. But I don't know, turn it off, take a shower, get back on. She is drenched in sweat. I wouldn't be surprised if that water hasn't turned on since she got there. I can't help keep thinking, what if Salah doesn't come? His master plan to drop her off somewhere, and he didn't even have to go. Emergency my hindquarters. He's not the one that has to go on this trip. She does, for the papers. After the 7-Eleven, her feeding time, it was a mess. I just had to fast forward. I could not watch anymore. She doesn't know how to close her mouth while she chews. She got a huge feast of just junk. And then she wonders why she feels awful. What a sad disaster this vacation has become. She really offers nothing aside from dramatics and food. This is how the whole month would be if Salah never showed up. She did say it was business. How long would that take? It isn't adding up. He could have lied to her. She lies, but she's not a very good liar. When it's too blatant, she cracks under pressure. You can just tell that she's having an absolutely miserable time, and it's no surprise to me that she wants to go home early. She hasn't even tried to do a single thing. I think that she's worried if she goes out, she might not be able to make it back. Plus, she's being really tight with her money. She said that she's going to be walking and taking transportation. No cabs this time. I don't see why she wouldn't want to take a cab sometimes. Things are just that bad that she has to walk. This is the only vacation that they could do. This isn't a vacation. It's not a vacation. It's just something that she has to do to get her papers, and it's cheaper than going to Canada. That's all this is. Even with the hotel, it's cheaper than Canada. She gets her food after the meltdown, and it does seem like the emotions dissipate a bit because she was able to eat all of that food to make herself feel better, at least for that short little time before she feels like crap again tomorrow. She just can't hang. No foodie, no likey. Was that all this was? She didn't have her man to go get her food. She really is stuck in a horrible situation. She's laying in the bed that she made. And this is part of the reason she doesn't go back to Canada. She knows that she would be better off over there, getting the help that she needs. She has eaten herself to the point where she can't. She can't be on her own anymore. So she's just going to try to make this work. Take Salah out of the picture and the facade is completely broken. And so is she. She just came on in a live stream. This one was called Sorry. She's sorry for not doing another live stream. The title wasn't based on anything interesting, but she does get set off very quickly because of a comment referencing Salah's infidelity. And then everything devolves from there. It takes a quick negative turn and she starts going off on everyone, mostly her favorite targets, FFG and Yaba reaction channels. She starts banning anyone who says boo. I mean, she's really going off. She might even just do vlogs because they're not triggering and she's sick. Then why do the lives in the first place, girl? I thought you were doing the lives because you still wanted to make content while you were sick. Wasn't that the point? She's upset that everyone is laughing at her right now because of her tantrum, meltdown, whatever you want to call it. You did it to yourself, girl. We're supposed to be so jealous of this trip. I can have more fun than this at home. But I wonder what really set this off. This rager? Because she went from 0 to 60 so fast. It all started from one comment. I find that hard to believe. She completely snaps during this live stream, but the things that she is saying are the things that she has been saying about reaction channels for the longest time now, attacking people for their mothering, for their looks, saying they're jealous that she's going on these elaborate trips. Girl, you're not doing nothing. Something set her off. I thought it might have been about Salah, but he is in the side chat consoling her. It's the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. She stopped the live, but then came on again because she didn't want all the negativity. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Foodie Beauty day 3 in Thailand, and she already wants to go home. Doesn't surprise me one bit. She needs her food. She needs her gopher, as she calls him, her Uber Eats boy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are we going to get another meltdown tonight? She comes on at like midnight because it's morning over there, so it's kind of hard to keep up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye, everyone.